Good health is one of those things where if you've got it, you want to keep it. And if yours isn't quite as glowing as it could be, you want to improve it. The tech heads have cottoned on, and there's a flood of innovations to help you stay at your peak.
Health is arguably the hottest sub-industry in tech right now, perhaps fueled by a heightened corporate sense of our own impending doom as the pace of life hurtles forward at a pace neither requested nor bargained for. We're pretty keen on keeping tabs on our heartbeat. And the sustained interest in the convergence of tech and health has begun to produce a rare commodity in the tech industry: maturity. We're beginning to see the combining of gadgets and software to produce truly useful and accurate wearable health products. The Polar Loop activity tracker and Polar H7 Bluetooth smart health rate sensors claim to be those sort of products. So how do they do? First, let's get past the on-the-box stuff. Essentially, the Polar activity tracker bills itself as a wearable device with complementary software that helps you track your activity 24/7 for the sake of general health guidance and to help you reach fitness goals. You slap it on your wrist and it'll give you feedback about your daily, weekly and monthly activity, including calories burned, steps taken, time of day and a heart rate if you pair it with a heart rate sensor. And it's waterproof, so it can do all that stuff in the water or the rain. So that's the marketing material. So how did the Polar Loop activity tracker do in the real world? It looks nice, but looks aren't everything. For a start, the battery lasted just shy of 3 days, not the advertised 6. In testing, we found that when the Loop was worn all day and synced to H7 for one 45-minute training session, it used about 10 to 20% of the battery life. If synced to the H7 transmitter for the entire day, we nailed about 40% of the battery charge. But we can deal with spotty battery life given the relatively nippy charge cycle, and we can even deal with the fact that support for Android appears to be limited. What we do have trouble dealing with is that the Loop does not allow you to set personal goals. With only a few parameters available for measurement, the Loop essentially determines goals for you. So if you want to set goals past what the Loop does automatically, you have to track them manually through the readouts on the supporting software. That means that you can't set specific goals like daily step goal or calorie goals. Want to know how your step or calorie count looks for the week with a nice day-to-day breakdown in one graph? You won't get it from the Loop. And as far as activity trackers go, that's criminal. Our advice? Buy this activity tracker, but wait a few months before you do. And that's for two good reasons: the iPhone 6, iOS 8, and the plethora of associated health apps. Polar are clearly targeting Apple fans with the release of the iPhone-friendly Loop. By the time the iPhone 6 arrives on South African shelves, Polar should have had enough time to iron out the kinks and round the edges of what could be an impressive activity tracker with just a little spit and polish.